So with this, I am sharing what's in my world. So briefly to go over what's in this demo and what will come onto the game. I was asked about this last month. I had come to Only Vibes for Kente's Corner, which was curated by Blue Bostic. I had come pretty much when the event had started, and I had just come from the Octavia Butler Book Club fan club facilitated by Kehinde Applewhite and Villager, my dear, dear friends. Actually, this past Sunday, was the last chapter meeting for Wild Seed, which I will touch on in the future. Trust me, that will be vomitmouth. I want to say approved, but it was already approved by me. I already stand on the fact that I told Kehinde when they send out the form, I will reply thoughtfully. I'll take my time, but you've been doing everything right. Everything's perfect. So anyways, flashback to last month. I just left book club, and I'm reading these next two chapters that are due in 2 weeks. And Blue had approached me, like, well, what are you reading? Because I guess I just was choosing to be mysterious on the bench in everyone's way while they're setting up an event. I'm telling them about it. They're giving me recommendations, books on the Yoruba people, which is great because I just received a book from my employers and mentors about the way of the Orisa. Anyways, Blue had, asked me if I could present an interactive video game. And in that moment, I was like, oh my God, that's what I've been waiting for. Like, I've been sitting on this for a year. Like, I've had these ideas, like, oh, I'm gonna do dress up, and oh, like, you're gonna be able to talk to me, and you're gonna be able to explore my room or, like, my mind, and I'm gonna read to you. You can listen to music. And so I approached my dear friend, who I asked if they want credit, and they never responded to me, so I'll keep them anonymous until they tell me that they want it, and then I'll edit everything, I guess, or just add it on to acquire the software. It's hard to get an old program, 2007 PowerPoint, and they asked me, like, why do you need this specific year? And I'm like, just trust me, like, don't worry about it. And I had immediately upon acquiring the software, I was tinkering away, and I'm just beaming with joy. Like, I don't even know if they know how happy I am and how happy that made me. Like, I feel united as a circle with myself. I went home and completed a rough draft of the of the title sequence and the start page and some skeletons, and I just kept watching it over and over again. I couldn't stop. And then I've been sitting like, well, what do I want to do? What do I want to do with this? So at the beginning, when you're selecting a color, those frames come from a series that I had started also at this friend's house. And the goal of it is to take a reference image and recreate it 10 times. Though I will edit that, I'm sure it will be way more than 10. But the intention is drawing it in pencil and black and white, understanding shading and value and lighting, then recreating this with colored, whatever medium, and then eventually painting this. I've mastered this, I know this, but I'm also, me personally, I am still learning to paint. I just make shapes and fill them in for cathartic and therapeutic reasons, but I need to learn how to shade and value and yada yada. But for the purposes of this game, it's like, oh, well, I have options. These are different perspectives on the same reference image, and that reference image really is a self-reflection. I am imposing my own experiences onto a template and exploring my psyche through it, and it's painful. I will say that all of these images, all these reference images, are stills from 70s porn. So with the sexual undertone, it's not very pleasant in my mind. It's actually quite disappointing and hurtful. So I wanted to use this as a way to choose, and also, showcasing this art, because I've been trying to figure out how I want to include it in anything, and it's just been very special for me. I don't want to have it go to waste, I guess. So for the sake of this demo, I have, what do you want to do? Reading, sleeping, dress up, and listening to music. And I feel as though I repeated myself, but I didn't. They're all separate. In the future, my goals are to have, for yellow, where do you want to go? I want to showcase different places. And I really want to name drop, but I shouldn't yet. I shouldn't name drop yet. I'll keep it anonymous. Basically, places in my neighborhood. Like, I want videos of me standing outside. Like, where should I go? And there'd be, like, I guess, like, faux arrow keys, for, for you select if I'm going to go forward or move around or whatever. Galleries that I'm involved in. I want to ask, the director, some representative, to be like, hello, welcome to X. Take a look around, and like, you could click on things inside the gallery and there will be explanations provided to you. I wanted an exclusive exhibition for Naked Art Museum, like one that isn't just publicly on display, although I'll include it later on, but I wanted it to be something very special, and I'm still thinking of what that'll be, but I think I've put the pieces together just now. Let's see. That's for yellow. Blue, I wanted to be, well, I'll tell you, green, I've already started working on green, but with the amount of captioning that I've done thus far for red, we're not gonna make green get into the official demo launch on the 14th at Only Vibes. Like, I don't have that much energy. We'll plug it in later. That's why I think it's important to do subscription for the demo, monthly, because every month I'm going to add more to it. So green is me talking, so you can ask me questions and we'll have a conversation. I actually should have things for you to respond back with, so that way we could get to know each other better. But blue is, which one of my friends do you want to talk to? Who do you want to call? And I'd want my friends to be able to have inputs on their own. What do they want to say? What's important to them? This is all of our time capsule, really. And since this is for life, there will be different installments, as time goes on. I don't expect this to stay on PowerPoint and video forever. I anticipate actually creating something like Jerry Papers, Dr. Javier, a Chameleon World game. You can walk around and there'll be like puzzles and stuff like that. Like, I want to really expand this, but for now, I'm just happy I have a little talking box where I can ramble and share everything. And do know that in the future I do want to create days. I'm going to figure out how to do this. Maybe it's like you have to finish. And that's the thing, is I need to figure out how, when you're playing a game and there's only so many ways you can go, and after you pick these routes, and then whoops, now you're going to go to the next day, or, you can only receive a trophy for doing this and that, something like that. I'm sure it will require coding or me being clever. And I guess just for general purpose, just one little last touch. This game it's supposed to be definitely self-portrait, so much meanness, but I want it to be an outlet for others as well. You have a virtual friend, and just to show you that it's important to record yourself and archive yourself and have something of you as an artifact. I'm very excited to see how this turns out. Definitely going to be presenting this at many more occasions, especially as the game goes on. Very excited to see how it grows and, share that progress with everyone and document how it's come along. I definitely should have recorded the skeletons of the game, but at the same time, maybe that's just a treasure for me. I think that sums up what I needed to get off my chest. I'm going to try to sleep now. So, thank you for listening, and I'll see you all at Only Vibes for Open Forum, a group show. I hope it's a cipher again, because Kente's Corner is hosting it, and a Tekken tournament, all on April 14th, 2024, from 6 to 10 p.m. If you'd like to attend, tickets are $10 on Only Vibes website. And if you're confused when you get on the site, you have to click on events, and then you'll see the flyer. If you'd like to play the demo yourself through my website, it's $10 a month. You just gotta go on nakedartmuseum.com. You'll see play demo. It'll take you to a paywall. I'm sure Squarespace takes a 9% fee, so it's probably $11. But that's all you need, and you're in. So, me and VITALICIO will see you later. Good night.